Hi. I can't see me. How do I know? Oh, I'm still wearing this damn hat, aren't I? Okay. Anyhow, I found something out that's really cool, and the lighting in here sucks, and I'm really sorry for that. But this is really awesome, so I want to share it with you. Here, I have a whole bunch of tea. And by a whole bunch, I mean there are 8 bags in there that are previously brewed that we actually made tea with, and there are 2 or 3 new bags in there just to make sure that there's, well, it's going, it's boiling, it's steaming up the lens, so we're going to turn that off. And then here is a bottle that looks like crap. So I've been trying to figure out how to dye some fabric black because I got this really pretty purple color the last time I tried to dye something black. Apparently white 100% cotton plus 3 boxes of black dye equals purple, and I don't know why. So someone mentioned that you could use basically the same thing as oat gall ink to get the same effect on cloth. I knew it worked on paper, I didn't know it worked on cloth. But so I got to thinking, it's really cold out, and I'm not going outside in this schizophrenic weather to try to decide if I want to find smoke gulls. So I did some research, and my first thought initially was tea, because you can dye things with tea anyhow. It's got a tannic acid in it, and apparently the tannic acid in tea is chemically identical or close enough to the tannic acid found in oat galls and acorns to make this process work. So here, there we go. Here I have a little vial of tea, and this is what it does to paper. Oh, I forgot we need one here too. Boop. Okay, so this is a little vial of this solution that I made, which is steel wool in peroxide to rust it, and then I soaked it in vinegar. It's been soaking for about a week. You gotta be careful, don't want to close that up. It apparently bubbles a lot and tries to grow legs and walk off. It expanded the container and nearly rolled off the counter earlier today, so leave the top off that. And that's what it looks like. Not very impressive, right? When you put them together, that happens. So that's pretty cool, right? In point of fact, I'm about to mix up some ink here. If you want to see that, I will do that too. Put the tea in first. Oh, there I am. My phone was not made for this. See, it's a nice tea-like color. Now we've got black. So that's pretty cool. And to take this a step further, this is the material that I'm trying to dye, the initial stage. Now, this weird grayish purple color is what the commercial dyes turned out. This was washed recently. It's still kind of damp, and so for control I got these strips that are dry. So I'm going to put these into this tea mixture here. Boil this for over 30 minutes just to make sure, because when you the bitterness that you get when you oversteep tea is that tannic acid, from what I understand. So I made sure to let it go a long time just to make sure to get all of the acid into the water that I could. You can't really see it on this camera because it's on my phone and my phone sucks, but it's starting to turn this to brown color. So we're going to let that soak out up for a second. But look how cool this is. That's neat. That's so cool. It's my understanding that the ferric solution, specifically in the acid, reacts with the tannins in the tea, or traditionally in the oat galls and acorns, to make them, let me get a plate to put that on, to make them black. So traditionally speaking, this is not a dye, it's not an ink specifically, it's a chemical reaction that changes what it's on. Instead of like with a paint or a normal ink that just, there we go, So you can see there. Alright, hold on. Okay, this is what we started with, and that's what came out of the tea. So there's obviously a color difference there. I'm trying not to, the lighting in here is terrible. So we'll take one of these strips out, and we'll set it aside for comparison purposes. We'll come over here, and this was so cool that I wanted to share it with you. Here's the solution. Now watch. Now, this is an instantaneous reaction here, but traditionally speaking, it takes a while to reach the full dark color. The sites that I've seen that suggested doing this with an oat gall mixture suggested that you soak your material in each thing overnight to allow it, I'll set that right there, pour this out, to allow it to fully soak up the tannins, there we go, the chemical compounds involved. But here we are. That's the same cloth. How cool is that? I'll post a link to an article on why this works, and to at least one source of the actual recipe for what I did. But it's pretty simple, and I thought it was neat, and I wanted you to see how cool it worked. So have fun.